Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mellina Mallah, and I am your host, and this is The Becoming. We are episode 19, and I am so happy to be here today. I'm so glad you're listening. This has been a journey, and we're just becoming, baby. That's it. Every day when we wake up and we choose ourselves and we choose to show up for ourselves, we are participating in the becoming of our lives. We're not standing on the sidelines. We're connected to life and all its energy, and it's a beautiful thing when you do build this alignment within, when you do follow your value system and your beliefs. There's no actually going back. When you think about being on your journey and being in your becoming, every time you are either faced with a decision that will take you another way, you're just constantly faced with decisions. You're constantly choosing, and you're learning and you're growing, because every path has its own way. And all of our timelines, all of our lives are going to unravel in a completely different way than each other. And that's how it's supposed to be. When I talk about intergenerational trauma in my art, it's a big topic. It's something so dear and important to me, and being able to share my art this past, literally yesterday, at the art fair was and is amazing. I still haven't processed that I'm sitting in front of my art that I've created from an idea and a belief, and just, you put your soul, your art is your soul. That's it. Had I not taken the time to get to know myself and be alone with myself, to learn I can trust my gut intuition again, art saved me. Appreciate your life for what it is. Since starting this podcast and becoming really consistent with my devotions to my dreams and to myself, it's been really cool to see my whole reality shift and change. In December, I was still a student, and now I've paused school, and it's been almost 2 quarters into the year, and it's a really interesting shift. It was a dissolving of identity of student and clinging to that. You're going to be faced with decisions that are going to force you to not settle. And becoming is a choice. Your trauma responses, your triggers, these are all inherited through generations. When you decide that a pattern ends with you and you're breaking the chain, that is you choosing to become, choosing different, getting to experience all that life has to offer from a state of play and not survival. Your body is consistently communicating to you. Your intuition is telling you when something is right or when something is wrong. Your heart lights up when you are passionate about something, when you feel love and a sense of excitement. It's like your heart beats so fast and it's alive. It reminds you of what's inside. When you get to know yourself through introspection, through meditation, mindful practices, when you get to your core and your center of who you are, it's an alignment of your whole self. What you came to do, what you're here for, who you are meant to be in your highest form. I think you're winning at life if life continuously surprises you. The biggest thing I've detached from a lot of things, and it's given me so much peace and freedom to just be and not care what anybody thinks, because I know in my heart that what I'm doing is true to me and true to who I am. I know my intentions. When you can exist as your most authentic self and create from that state, that's a state of play, of curiosity, of limitless potential. If you can observe and not absorb every thought, that is something cultivated through meditation. A lot of tools I acquired through therapy were through my own healing of intergenerational trauma And since then, I've expanded and broadened my knowledge into the subject and different ways of describing more of a felt sense and seeing how it's placed in my life through patterns. Detachment takes consistency and devotion to that change and letting go to make space for something that is supposed to be there. If you're listening today, I know that it's because you are living in a way that reaches your full potential. You're choosing every day. You're showing up every day. You're making it happen. As you are is enough and will always be enough. You're deserving. You're worthy. Lately, I've been feeling the happiest I've ever felt in my life, and this chapter of my life, I'm really trying to sit in it, absorb it, and feel it all, and let myself hold on to this version of myself who is creating the life of her dreams. Like, the way to describe this feeling is not wishing this time away and bringing myself back and grounding myself in the present moment, because life is moving really fast and things are happening. There's so much change. This season of my life has been about remaining present in the moment, allowing the discomfort to be there at the same time as the excitement, holding complex dual emotions, holding complexity and duality in emotions. And had I not acquired these tools through therapy and my own work of continuous practice of meditation and mindfulness and yoga, it really has taught me more about myself than anything else. And being able to face those parts that are scared and not seeing them as something I need to shut out and numb, but coexist with. When you are doing this therapy and healing work, it's work with your inner child that was abandoned at one point, shamed, guilted for being and existing in full expression, accepting, growing, and moving on and moving through those emotions are not comfortable, because then it's your choice if you're going to shut it down, numb it out, or push through that discomfort, sit with it, feel it. It's not a great feeling, but it's not meant to be. I think it's interesting because we're told that the only way to be successful is to go to school, and I don't think that's true. I really don't. I think it's a tool and it's a beautiful thing to experience and to have access to. It's not made so everybody can go. I truly believe that your way of being in your full essence is how you were put here to be and the light you were here to shine. When you stop clinging to identities and things and accept who you are and who you're becoming, you start to see life as more experiences than negatives and positives. Living in this neutral state has been really interesting. It's been peaceful. Having inner peace, I think, is the most expensive thing you can ever own. Success looks like so many different things for so many different people. There's no one way to success. We're sold what it looks like, shaped and conditioned to believe it's supposed to come exactly as we see it, and it's possessions, and if material makes you happy, fabulous, but there's so much more to life than what is sold as success. It's what you have inside that matters the most, how you lead your life, your intentions, listening to your inner child, your goals and your dreams, going after them. I feel like I've gone on a little bit of a ramble today, but if there's anything you get from this podcast, if I can give you one message today, and this is all you get from listening today from this podcast, is that you're so capable. You're so worthy of everything that you're doing and receiving. You were always meant to shine your light and be here. And who you are matters. You are guided, you are held, and you are supported. It's all working out for you exactly how it's meant to. What's meant to be will be. Just wait for how life will surprise you. It always gets better. Take a deep breath today. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Catch yourself when you're tensing up and getting stressed about life situations, and bring yourself back to yourself. Ground. Be here in the present moment. Feel it all. Today is the second and last day of my first art fair. I am pumped. I'm excited. We'll see how the day plays out. Yesterday was really cool. I got to talk about my art with people, and a few people bought my art, which was really cool. And it resonated with them. And that's why I create, and that's why we all create. We're here to connect each other. I am going to end the podcast here. Thank you so much. See you next week. Take care of yourself. Water yourself. Bye.